Hello, 7th standard CBSE children. Have a good day. Have a nice day. I hope you are all doing well. Yes, sir. Right. Today we are going to do video number 19 as revision for half-yearly examination. I call it as half-yearly examination. As you may refer, as per CBSE, it may be periodical test, periodical assessment 1 or terminal 2 அப்படினா நம்ம டெஸ்ட் எழுதுவோம்ல, சைக்கிள் டெஸ்ட்லாம் எழுதுவோம்ல, யூனிட் டெஸ்ட், சைக்கிள் டெஸ்ட் அந்த மாதிரி இருந்து half yearly portion similar to that we are going to revise, right? And previous video 17 and 18 we have discussed in detail question answers as transportation in plants and animals. For I given it as question answer discussion. I hope you remember. And then reproduction in plants that we have gone in detail because we have completed this portion a few months back. Right? Same way, today we are going to do the chapter 9 soil as revision. What do we know about soil? Soil, when we find in our house, except the building as our house, what is surrounding us is the soil. Yeah. So now soil, other than that, we find it the big rock breaking into smaller particles that forms the soil material. Yeah. So now soil is a mixture of broken down rock particles and organic matter found on the surface of the earth. Soil is a mixture of broken down rock particles and organic matter found on the surface of the earth. It's an important natural resource. Manal kollaila nama nariya padikiromla. It may be for different uses of our day-to-day life. Another soil and it is an important natural resources. It helps us to grow plants from which we get food, fiber, medicines, paper, wood, etc. And the uses of soil, it helps us to grow plants from which we get food, fiber, medicine, plant, paper, wood, etc. Right? And it is also a home for many small microorganisms, especially earthworm. Normally it is present in the moist soil. Yeah. So normally we call it a friend of the farmer. Yeah. So like soil is home to many organisms like earthworm and some rodents. Rodents are actually the pundula ஒளிஞ்சிருக்கிற animalsக்கு பேரு பெருச்சாளி, எலி, மூஞ்சூறு, all those animals they are called rodents, right? Soil holds water and thus helps to percolate to the underlying layers of the rock, and we use this water for drinking, cooking, irrigation, irrigating the field, irrigating a தண்ணி காய்ச்சறோம்ல வயலுக்கு, irrigating the field and other purpose. This is introduction for soil. Okay. Now how is soil formed? Soil is formed by the process called withering. Soil is formed by the process called withering. Withering chillade withering, right? And it is as physical withering, chemical withering, and biological withering. Soil is formed by the process called withering. It is as physical withering, chemical withering, and biological withering. Are you clear? Now, soil is formed by the process of withering. It is a process by which large rock break down into smaller and smaller pieces to form the soil. பொதுவாக நம்ம நியர்பை நம்ம திருநெல்வேலி டவுனில் தாழைக்குள்ள குவாரி சொல்லுவோம்ல, அந்த பெரிய ராக்கை உடச்சி தானே இந்த சிமெண்ட்டுக்குள்ள ரா மெட்டீரியல் இருக்கிற அந்த ராக் மலையை வெடி வச்சு தகர்த்துட்டு சின்ன சின்னதாக சாயில் படிக்கிறாங்க இல்லையா. அந்த மாதிரி நம்மளுக்கு சேவிப்பட்டி மலை ரோடு போடுறதுனால எப்படி அந்த ராக்கை பிரேக் பண்ணி சரியா. ஸோ சாயில் இஸ் ஃபார்ம்டு பை த ப்ராசஸ் கால்ட் weathering. It is a process by which large rock break down into smaller and smaller pieces to form the soil. Right? The withering of rocks can be caused by physical, chemical, and biological method. First, physical method. It is caused by wind, rain, and waves. Physically, வந்து ஆத்துல தண்ணி வெள்ளம் வந்துருக்குன்னா நம்ம மண்ணை அடிச்சுட்டு போகிறதில்ல, அது ஒரு physical method. Wind, rain நல்லா வெள்ளம் வரும், flood, and waves. They beat upon rocks and break them down. The changes in temperature between day and night cause rocks to expand and contract so that they develop crack. ரொம்ப ஹாட் டெம்பரேச்சர் இருந்தாலும் இந்த ராக்ல வந்து கிராக் விழுந்து அது வந்து ஒன் ஆஃப் த ரீசன் ஃபார் பிரேக்கிங் டவுன். சரியா. ஸோ த சேஞ்சஸ் in temperature between day and night cause rocks to expand and contract so that they develop cracks. Right? Now in cold region, the cold region என்ன பண்றது? Water can enter into these cracks and freeze. Since water expands when it freezes, it makes it crack wider further. இந்த உள்ள பனி ஒரே ராக்கோட இந்த கிராக் வந்து பெருசாகவே போகும். ஸோ ஃபிசிக்கல் விதரிங் கேன் ஆல்சோ பி காஸ்டு பை அபரேஷன். அபரேஷன்னா when two rock pieces are rubbing each other, crushing each other, rock particle burn. So physical withering can also be done by aberration. Abrasion, A-B-R-A-S-I-O-N, abrasion. Physical withering, first rock வந்து breaking, rock breaks down, and abrasion. Abrasion na two rock particles clash each other, dash each other, அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும். சரி. Next, chemical withering of rocks by chemicals. Rainwater contain some weak acids. These acids can react with minerals present in rocks and heat them away, making them crack. This is chemical withering. Next, biological withering caused by living things. Roots of plants sometimes grow in cracks caused by physical withering. சொன்னேன்ல physical withering crack வரும். அப்போ அதுக்குள்ளேருந்து செடி முளைக்கும். நம்ம பில்டிங்லாம் கூட பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அப்பார்ட்மெண்ட்லாம் சம்டைம் கிராக் இருந்ததுன்னா மாடியில் அந்த கிராக்லேருந்து செடி முளைச்சிருக்கும். சரி. So as roots grow, the crack become deeper and wider and rock eventually breaks. Right? So the organisms such as lichen that grow on rock release acids that wither the surface of the rock. This is biological withering. I hope you are able to follow this. So a combination of these types of withering helps in soil formation. These are all methods in children, but combination of these helps in formation of soil particles. சரியா? Now in the figure பாருங்க. 1 minute. See this figure. This is agents of withering children. இது வந்து rain. இது வந்து இது மாதிரி பண்றதுல agents of withering. I hope you are able to follow this. These are all agents of heating. This is rain water. So, this is the chemical weathering. This is physical weathering. Sunlight, the rocks are broken down into pieces, cracked. This is the chemical weathering. This is biological weathering. I hope you understand. There is a heading in it, but you should know. Physical, chemical, biological weathering. I hope you understand. Then, what is soil made up of? What is soil made up of? And soil is not just a small particle formed by weathering of rocks. It is made of rock particles of different sizes and humus. Humus, what is humus? It is a dark colored substance that is formed when organisms die and decay. That is soil contains humus is a dark colored substance that is formed when organisms die and decay. I hope you understand. The next one, it is soil profile. Next one, soil profile and layers of soil. Soil profile and layers of soil. What do we know? And the soil layer profile சொல்றது ஐட்டிலிருந்து வீடியோ ஸ்க்ரீனில் வரும் இந்த பிக்சர் இருந்தாலும் பார்த்துக்கோங்க. This is soil profile picture, right? And this is soil layers of soil. இது வந்து பிக்சரில் வரும் பார்த்துக்கோங்க, right? So now what is soil profile as it is given? நார்மலாக நம்ம ரோடுலலாம் போகிறோம்ல, எஸ்பெஷலி நம்ம சிபிஎஸ்சி ஸ்கூலுக்கு போகிறது நிறைய பழம் தொழிலே இருந்தால சைடு அந்த பீம்சத்திரம் ரோடில். Same there are many construction of buildings இருக்குது. ஸோ அவளுக்கு அந்த வானம் தோன்றது சொல்லலை, பேஸ்மெண்ட் தோன்றது. We find layers of soil. அதுதான் soil profile. அந்த soil profile அந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் மண் மேல் லேயர் வந்து இந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும். I hope you understand. So here, if you visit a construction site, the soil has been excavated. Excavated na தோண்டி இருக்குது. To make foundation of a building, we find different layers of soil. So a vertical section of the soil that shows its different layers is called soil profile. Normally, the layers of soil, they are known as horizons. Soil profile, they are known as horizons, as A, B, C, D. A horizon, B horizon, primary horizon. சரியா? So, first, top O horizon. Top O horizon, top soil இருக்கும். And then few plants started growing. Taproot system clear up தெரியும். And then A horizon, B, C and R. I hope you understand. First O horizon, topmost. Next A, B, C and R. Clear? So now the O horizon is made up of dead and decomposed plants and animals. O horizon is made up of dead and decomposed plants and animals. And it is usually thin layer and is dark, not brown or reddish brown in color. And A horizon on top soil lies just below the O horizon and it contains fine soil particles and large amount of humus. And there are many small microorganisms and atom will be present in this horizon. I hope you understand. So the B horizon or subsoil is the layer below the topsoil. B horizon or subsoil is the layer below the topsoil. Right? It is made up of minerals tiny rock and small amount of humus. It also cracks and pores that help the water to seep through. I hope you understand. This is soil profile. Next என்ன சொல்றோம்னாக்க sea horizon. It contains partially broken down pieces of rock, and finally at the bottom of it, it is called on horizon or bedrock. Okay, bedrock. Beneath the ABC horizon is the parent rock from which soil was formed, and this layer of solid non-porous rock is called bedrock. And the rainwater that seeps into the soil collects as groundwater over the bedrock. Now, the rainwater rainwater harvesting நம்ம எல்லா வீட்லயும் கம்பல்சரியா வச்சிருக்கோம்ல. அப்ப அந்த தண்ணி இந்த below the sea horizon bedrock குள்ள போகுது. I hope you understand. Then soil profiling bottle or soil layer is humus, water, silt, sand and gravel. Water the layers of soil. The water name as water layers of soil. I hope you are able to follow this. We will go picture gravel, sand, silt, water and humus. Silt, water and humus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So here are the sand, silt, water, humus. I hope you understand. This is layers of soil. Right? The next one, types of soil. As we know, we come across normally 3 types of soil as sandy soil, 3 types of soil as third one types of soil as clay soil, second one sandy soil, and the third one is loamy soil. Clay soil, sandy soil and loamy soil. In the sandy soil is made up of large quartz particles that have large spaces between them, and it contains very little silt and clay. Silt na kasandenu solluvola. Ipo nama beach mana pathina nariya romba soft sand ah irukku. Adu thannila podupathina pattu manna adila thangum. Adu silt. Right? And there are large spaces between the soil particles. Sandy soil does not hold water and dries quickly. So, the beach man because it has no water holding capacity, and it drains water and nutrients easily. So, it is a type of soil found in beaches. Next, clay soil is made up of very fine, closely packed soil particle, as there are no spaces between them, and this particle will not drain easily, and it retains moisture, and not all plants grow well in that loose, do not get enough water. So there are plants which needs water to be retained in the field, that can be grown in clayey soil, and clayey soil is also used to make mud baths. Right? In loamy soil, it contains sand, clay and another type of soil particle called silt, and the silt particles are smaller than sand grain but larger than clay particles. And loamy soil is having equal amount of sand and silt. So it drains water well and it has water holding capacity. So it is also having air spaces and retains nutrients. And so it is suitable for cultivation and gardening. So it is suitable for cultivation and gardening. So these are first part of the soil lesson. First, withering, soil profile, layers of soil and types of soil. I hope you are able to follow this. Next, properties of soil. We'll just continue. So, we'll continue with the properties of soil. Two important properties are percolation rate and water holding capacity. Percolation rate and water holding capacity. Suppose you are given a bottle of, you take a bottle of water and you take a beaker and then first you take a beaker and then have some two handful of sand in the beaker and then add a glass tumbler of water. So how much it can hold water, that is water holding capacity. And this water holding capacity, it differs from soil to soil, types of soil to soil. Sandy soil, clayey soil and loamy soil. So here, for example, the experiment in the picture video. So measuring percolation rate, it take 2 glass jar or bottle. Aquafina bottle moodi cut pannite okay. And one you take clayey soil and then another one sandy soil. I hope you understand. So take 2 beaker. In one beaker you take clayey soil and another you take sandy soil. So now we are going to measure the percolation rate of soil. So the experiment aim to measure the percolation rate of soil and first plastic pipe. So you keep the bottle and half fill the sandy soil, another with the clayey soil. Then add 100 ml of water. Then I did observe the changes. The sandy soil will take all this 100 ml of water faster than the clayey soil because the clayey soil, the space between the soil the particles are bigger than the sandy soil. I hope you understand this. So now this percolation rate, the rate at which water moves through the soil is called percolation rate. I repeat, the rate at which water moves through the soil is called percolation rate. And sandy soil has large spaces between the soil grain and therefore having high percolation rate than the clayey soil. And if the soil has high percolation rate, water will seep through easily and quickly. Seep through so it will seep through quickly and easily. Whereas water will take long time to seep through the soil like that of clayey soil where it has a low percolation rate. And such a soil will become waterlogged. Another plants like paddy, rice field, it needs more water to be retained. So clayey soil is suitable for the growth of paddy. Right? So the percolation rate of the soil depends on the moisture already present in it. Water percolates faster when soil is dry. And if the soil is already wet, then percolation will be very slow. So in the experiment உனக்கு தெரிஞ்சிருக்கணும். And percolation rate வந்து amount of water percolated by time taken. இது வந்து இந்த ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் மாதிரி நம்ம புக்கில் இருக்குது, அது கொஷின் பேங்கில் இருக்குது, அதை கற்றுக்கணும். I hope you understand. Then water holding capacity is the ability of soil to retain water against gravity. I repeat, water holding capacity is the ability of soil to retain water against gravity, and it depends on the type of soil particle and on the amount of humus present in it. Right? So when rain falls on the soil, it is absorbed, but when it falls on the rocky area or cement, the water is not absorbed. That's why it is given when the water is flown on the cement floor, water will not be absorbed. When the water is flown on the, allowed to flow on the like garden soil, it will be absorbed. I hope you understand. அதுக்கும் ஒரு எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்ட் இருக்கு, வாட்டர் ஹோல்டிங் கெப்பாசிட்டி. இந்த எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்ட், திஸ் எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்ட் என்ன பண்ணுறோம்? To measure the water holding capacity of the soil of different types, and take two glass jar or measuring jar and take one in sandy soil and another in clayey soil, right? And then pour and keep a funnel over the measuring jar and keep a filter paper on the funnel. Sorry? And then add around 30 ml of water in it. What happens? Pour 30 ml of water into each funnel and let the setup stand as it is for a few minutes till water stops flowing out from the funnel. I hope you understand. So இங்கே பாரு, இது வந்து மெஷரிங் ஜார், இது வந்து ஃபனல். ஃபனலுக்குள்ளே ஒரு ஃபில்டர் பேப்பர் கோன் ஷேப்பில் மடித்து வச்சுருக்கோம். அதில் ஒரு ஹேண்ட்ஃபுல் ஆஃப் சாண்டி சாயிலும் ஹேண்ட்ஃபுல் ஆஃப் கிளேயி சாயிலும் போட்டுருக்கோம். ரைட்? அண்ட் தென் when we pour 30 ml of water, sandy soil சீக்கிரம் இறங்கிடும், whereas clayey soil it will go slowly. Okay, so observe and note down the amount of water collected in measuring your time particle. So collect the water holding capacity of the soil using the formula. The formula question bank la irukku, that you will refer. Right? So volume of water absorbed by the soil sample is equal to volume of water added to the funnel minus water collected in the glass or the measuring cylinder. I hope you understand. So idella formula keeping. 1 mark question ku formula keeping. Right? The next one, soil and crop cultivation. இரண்டு experiment video la ipo picture காமிச்சிட்டேன். Then soil and crop cultivation என்ன சொல்றானா, 1 minute. Loamy soil is rich in humus and drains water at moderate rate, and so it is suitable for growing wheat and pulses. And rice requires large amount of water for growth. Therefore, clayey soil which can retain water is used for cultivation. Same way, cotton is grown in loamy soil or a mixture of loamy and sandy soil. What do you understand? Rice is clay soil, cotton is loamy soil or mixture of loamy and sandy soil. Again, 1 mark question. Right? Then the composition of soil, its water holding capacity, fertility can be improved, and adding organic matter like sawdust, moss and animal manure will improve the water holding capacity of the soil. சரியா? and also it increases the aeration in the clayey soil. Aeration, the space between the particles, right? So that air can enter easily. And soil fertility can be improved by adding chemical or natural fertilizers. The acidity and alkalinity of soil can also be changed to suit the type of soil. I hope you understand. Then we come across a term fallow land and crop rotation. We come across a term called fallow land and crop rotation. Another term, crop rotation, you can understand easily. Yeah. Different type of crops can be cultivated or grown in given field alternatively. Or for one season, we can grow a type of crop, and the next season, another crop can be used. Otherwise, mixed cropping can also be done. That is for crop rotation. Whereas fallow land, the uncultivated land, is called fallow land. Another, continuously growing crops on a piece of land depletes the soil of important nutrients. Suppose you given சின்ன paddy field paddy ஒரு 4 or 5 seasons க்கு பண்ணிட்டே இருந்தீங்கன்னா without adding any manure அதில் உள்ள nutrients குறைஞ்சிட்டே வரும். Soil nutrients குறைஞ்சிட்டே வரும். That is depletes the soil nutrients. Soil can be left as it is without crops being grown for some time to give it time to regain its fertility. Regain its fertility na first natural method of soil enrichment can be done, and then by applying manure or fertilizers can be making the soil fertile. That is replenishment of soil. சரியா? And such an uncultivated land is called a fallow land. I hope you understand. Then crop rotation is a method of which farmers grow two or more crops alternatively on the same piece of land, and usually crop use different nutrients. Yeah. So if leguminous plants are grown as one of the crop, their root nodules will increase the nitrogen content of the soil. Sure. Then multiple cropping is a method in which two or more crops are grown on a piece of land at the same time. I hope you understand this. So we should understand the word fallow land, crop rotation, and multiple cropping. I hope you follow. Next one, we are going to talk about soil erosion and pollution. Soil erosion and soil pollution. You know, short answers. There are 4 or 5 points each. Question bank சரியா? So here soil erosion and soil pollution. First, the removal of soil by wind or water is called soil erosion. Removal of soil by wind or water is called soil erosion. This reduces the productivity of the soil. This reduces the productivity of the soil. Deforestation, that is cutting off trees. Overgrazing, that is animals are allowed to eat too much in the given grassland, and floods are some of the common causes of soil erosion. So what are the ways to reduce soil erosion? First one, deforestation must be prevented and afforestation should be encouraged. Afforestation means planting of trees and other types of plants. Overgrazing of animals should be prevented. ஒரே தோட்டத்துல சும்மா டெய்லி மாடு மேய அலோ பண்ணக்கூடாது. Overgrazing. Then terrace farming. இந்த word பார்த்துக்கோ. Terrace farming. The word terrace farming and embankments. Terrace farming and embankments. In the word name, embankments. Terrace farming and embankments. Embankments. This is important to prevent soil erosion. Terrace farming should be arranged on encouraged on hilly areas. And in this method, steps called terraces are cut into slope and crops are planted on them. And these steps prevent the soil from being washed away on the slope by water. I repeat, terrace farming should be encouraged in hilly areas. In this method, steps called terraces are cut into slope and crops are planted on them. And this prevents the soil from being washed down the slope by water. Next one, embankments should be built on the river banks to stop water from flooding farms. And these trees should be planted on the boundaries of field to protect them from strong wind. These are called shelter belt. Figure பாரு இது embankment. Embankment என்னது? Embankment should be built on river bank. இது terrace farming. அப்படி slope கட்டாக இருக்குல்ல slope terrace farming. இது வந்து shelter belt. Shelter belt na tree should be planted on both boundaries. இதுல இந்த வரப்பு வச்சிரோம்ல இந்த இப்பலாம் நமக்கு அந்த டேர்ம் புரியல தெரியல. நம்ம வயல் வாழைத்தோட்டம் இந்த தோட்டத்துலலாம் வரப்பு கட்டி விட்டுருப்பா பாத்தி கட்டி விட்டுருப்பா சொல்லுவோம்ல இதுதான் shelter belt. I hope you understand. So this is for soil erosion. Last one, the soil pollution. In addition of harmful undesirable substances added to the soil is soil pollution. So it has many causes. Non-biodegradable item like rubber tire, plastic bag, metal can and so on are dumped in the soil. So chemical fertilizers and pesticide used in the field seep into the soil, right? Then effluents. Effluents na liquid waste. The chakra thanni odudilla liquid waste from factory or untreated sewage can also pollute the soil. And highly toxic radioactive waste from nuclear power plant. நம்ம இப்ப கூடங்குளம் இருக்குல்ல அதுல கூட waste இருக்கும். Should be dumped in the soil. And acid rain kills organisms. So these are the ways of polluting the soil. So it should be reduced by following method. Question bank like answers. Biofertilizers and biopesticides should be used instead of chemical fertilizer. Radioactive waste should be treated and disposed very carefully. Plastic bag and bottle should not be littered or dumped in the soil. Littering a kuppa bottle. And solid waste should be recycled and sewage and other liquid waste should be treated before they are released. I hope you are able to follow this. So this is soil lesson revision where we have done first withering, methods of withering as physical, chemical and biological, and then we talk about properties of soil as percolation rate, water holding capacity, and then soil profile and soil layers, Finally, we will learn these terms: fallow land, crop rotation, soil erosion and soil pollution. I hope you are able to follow this. So prepare well for today's exam. Write it. All the best. We will continue in the next video session. Thank you.